So here we'll try to see slide about the two topics of Assam Accord and Inner Line Permit, both of which you have already done in the, like the mentions of which we have seen in the previous video of Citizenship Amendment Act. So one of this was the concern that it is violating the Assam Accord. So what are the provisions under this, that we'll see. And second is that in the CAA, there has been exception given to the 6th schedule states, which includes 4 of the northeastern states and certain states which get inner line permit. तो अब ये inner line permit क्या है उस पर बात करते हैं. So firstly let's see about the Assam Accord. So what has happened actually, Assam में चूँकि देखिए बांग्लादेश बगल में था और before 1971 Bangladesh as a nation was not there, so it was the restwhile Pakistan, the East Pakistan वाला जो region है. So there was continuous migration of the people from that region to the nearby northeastern region, specifically Assam. So there were issues about citizenship and all of that, and there was this accord, or you can say kind of an agreement signed between the government and a group of body there in Assam, ठीक है, जिसको Assam Accord बोलते हैं, to regulate this issue of foreigners and how do you grant them the citizenship. So with the Citizenship Amendment Act, the original act was 1955, so it was amended in 1985 also to accommodate the provisions of Assam Accord. That was also signed then. So with the help of the Citizenship Amendment Act 1985, it was said that we are adding certain special provisions. And provisions with respect to whom? Provisions with respect to the people who are covered by the Assam Accord, and there is certain foreigner issue associated with them. Now what they said, that all the persons of Indian origin who came to Assam before 1st of January 1966, remember 66, अभी 71 नहीं आया है, ठीक है. So all the people who came to Assam before this date from Bangladesh, and they were ordinarily resident of Assam since the date of their entry into Assam, they will be simply considered as Indian citizens from 1st of January 1966. Sounds simple? And there was no other criteria. But what about the people who entered after this till 1971 25th of March nation building तक? तब क्या हुआ? तो अब बोला गया कि the people who entered Assam between these two dates, ठीक है, from Bangladesh of course, they will, and they were ordinarily the resident of Assam since the date of their entry, and they were also detected to be a foreigner, because foreigner issue hai. So in this case, detection as a foreigner is an important criteria. So if they were detected as a foreigner, they will have to need to register. Once they register themselves with the government, they would be considered as citizens of India, but citizens of India from the date of expiry of 10 years from date of detection as foreigners. So let's say they got detected as foreigner on this date, so till 10 years time, ठीक है, let's say this is Y and this is 10-year time. So within these 10 years, they will get the same rights and obligations as the citizen of India, but they will not get the right to vote. But once that 10-year expiry period happens, they will become the citizen of India and they'll get the right to vote also. ठीक है. Now you see the cutoff date here. Here the cutoff date was kept as 25th of March 1971. And in CAA the cutoff date was, क्योंकि बांग्लादेश से we are allowing the people, so CAA में cutoff date was 31st of December 2014. So people started to complain about it. But because the exception has been the 6 schedule areas which includes Assam, तो ये चीज़ें थोड़ी सी मैनेज हो जाती हैं, but logically and lawfully it was violating this, therefore that was the clash. But as I just said, 6 schedule में वो exceptions हैं, इसलिए वो manage हो जाती है, ठीक है. Now we have to see about the inner line permit. होता क्या है ये, and ये ऐसे भी आपको ज़रूरत होगा for practical things also in case you would like to visit the northeastern states, some of them especially in this case. So what exactly is inner line permit? First of all, see here you get the word permit, that is giving you an idea that certain kind of permission or allowance is needed, ठीक है, and that it is telling inner line permit, मतलब कुछ तो ऐसा लाइन ड्रॉ हो रहा है हमारे इनर स्पेस में आने के लिए, एंड फॉर दैट यू हैव टू गेट द परमिट. दिस इज़ वेरी लेमैन लैंग्वेज दैट आई जस्ट टोल्ड यू, सो दैट यू अंडरस्टैंड द you would say the technical aspects of it. So basically ये क्या होता है, एक ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट होता है, ठीक है, ऑफिशियल डॉक्यूमेंट होता है, एंड दिस इज़ फॉर द ट्रैवल पर्पस. Who issues this? Government of India issues this. Why do certain kind of a permit, कहाँ पर क्या है, all of that will do. So the first question is that why they are doing it or why they are issuing it. So they are telling that जो inward travel है states में, ठीक है, and this is for Indian citizen, this is not for outsider. The other issues related to it are issues related to the outsiders, like the foreigners. Here it is about the Indian citizen only. So the inward travel of Indian citizen into a protected area, and that too you get a limited period of coming there, ठीक है. दिस इज फर्स्ट. अब ये कहाँ पे लागू है, ILP जो है वो कहाँ पे लागू है. दिस इज देयर इन अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मणिपुर, मिजोरम. So you have to remember the name of these 4 नॉर्थ ईस्टर्न स्टेट्स जहाँ पे इनर लाइन परमिट जो है वो अभी एप्लीकेबल है. अच्छा, इसका जो जेनेसिस है या इसका जो बैकग्राउंड था वो कहाँ से आया है. दिस वाज गिवन इन दैट ओरिजिनल ऑल्सो एक्ट, जो सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट की आपको ओरिजिनल कॉपी दिखाई थी, इफ़ यू रिमेंबर, उसमें भी ये दिया हुआ था. सो दैट कम्स फ्रॉम बंगाल ईस्टर्न फ्रंटियर Regulation Act 1873. So you can see that this was during the colonial time, right? So उस time पे क्या हो रहा था कि to protect the outsiders from coming in certain designated areas, so the crown was trying to of course protect its commercial interests and not trying कि कोई भी आ जाए उस एरिया में एंटर कर जाए. So they came up with certain this regulation act and said that you will need a permit and you will be allowed to enter that area and travel in that area only for a limited period. ठीक है. After independence also this was not repealed, and in 1940 the government of India replaced, earlier the term used was British subjects कि उनको एंट्री के लिए बात करी जा रही थी, but later this term was replaced with the citizen of India. And now it was said that we are trying to address the local concerns of the tribal population in these regions, the indigenous population in these regions, and therefore anybody coming from outside, but here outside means coming from outside that area, but being an Indian citizen only, would have to get a permit for the same. ठीक है. So there are other states also जहाँ पे ये सारी चीज़ें चल रही हैं, मेघालय में, आसाम में, ठीक है. मणिपुर तो अब आ गया, लेटेस्ट ही आया है. तो यहाँ पे ये 2020 से आना शुरू हुआ मणिपुर में, ठीक है, लगा. उसके पहले अरुणाचल प्रदेश, नागालैंड, मिजोरम में था. मणिपुर 2020. And other states like Assam and Meghalaya are also demanding, but that's not something right now we would focus. Also, you need to remember that this is very different from the context if a foreigner is entering these areas. This is about India, Indian citizen. But let's say if a foreigner is entering these area, तो उनको they will not need the inner line permit. So, if the foreigners are entering, they will need a PAP. What is PAP? Protected Area Permit. So the foreigners would need this. Indian citizens would need ILP. Okay? So as a tourist, they will get this. Also, you have to remember that Indian citizens also, when they are visiting these 4 states, they have to see that they cannot overstay beyond the period which would be specified in that permit. Okay? Then another thing is who issues this ILP. So state government issues this ILP, of course, that is obvious, and we know that this ILP region is a exception in the Citizenship Amendment Act. यहाँ तक तो clear है. Now the question would also be about the impact of this. So there will be impact, consequences, आप कुछ भी बोल लीजिए, ठीक है. So there are certain positives and negatives of both. What about the positives अगर हम बात करते हैं, सो सबसे पहले क्या हो जाएगा कि जो इंडिजिनस पॉपुलेशन है, बिकॉज वी आर नॉट लेटिंग दी आउटसाइडर्स एंटर, सो उनके जो इंटरेस्ट्स हैं उसको प्रोटेक्शन मिल रहा है, बिकॉज CA इज़ ऑल्सो नॉट एप्लीकेबल हियर, सो दे आर नॉट गेटिंग दैट इशू कि फॉरेनर्स आ जाएंगे या फिर इंडियन सिटीजन से भी उनको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं हो रही है. And also under fundamental rights we have, when we'll see this, you will see कि under article 19 there are topics of reasonable restriction also, that in the tribal areas etc you cannot just move freely because you otherwise have a right of freedom of movement, ठीक है, anywhere in the country, but it has a reasonable restriction that tribal areas वाले region में आप यूं ही नहीं जा सकते हो. So it already is under the constitutional obligations. This is a plus pointer for that. इसमें कुछ गलत, मतलब according to this argument गलत नहीं कर रहे हैं. Then also जो local jobs हैं, ठीक है, वो secure रहेंगे because you are not letting any outsider come in, ठीक है, तो economic burden will not there, resources का competition etc that will not be the problem. Then there will be harmony socially. If you talk about, there will be harmony because there will be as such no conflict between the insiders and the outsiders, ठीक है, ecological balance बना रहेगा. The more population entering an area, more ecological disturbance it gets, so that will also not be there. And security purpose in northeastern region is very significant and crucial area, so यहाँ पे will at least have a base to curb the the security related issues. So these are the positive things. If you talk about, but then negative, that somehow you are questioning the political integration of the country, ठीक है, unity of the country, that is being questioned. Then this is a colonial time act and you are still following it, then there will be no interest of the private sector investment or the private sector to invest in these regions because they'll say कि यहाँ पे तो restriction है. Of course economic issues जो हैं वो वहाँ से निकल के आएंगे ही आएंगे. And then how will you assess who are the original tribal people of these regions, ठीक है, assessment of indigenous people, that could be an issue. And of course colonial वाला तो आपसे बात कर ही ली. And then क्या हो सकता है, that there can be administrative error in issue of documents. So if documents are being issued, ठीक है, and there are certain administrative error in that for whatever reason, तो इसका तो हमेशा स्कोप रहेगा ही. So that will be very inconvenience for the visitors then, ठीक है. And of course economic में एक और चीज़ आ जाएगा कि this will lesser tourism रहेगा यहाँ पे, तो इकोनॉमी को उससे भी जो फ़ायदा होता है टूरिज्म सेक्टर से, दैट दे विल नॉट गेट इन दिस रीजन. तो दैट वुड बी वन ऑफ द थिंग्स दैट यू कैन रिमेंबर. सो दीज आर सर्टेन पॉइंटर्स दैट आर related to ILP, the positives and the negatives of the same. I hope you have now understood about this concept. Now we'll talk more on the further concepts in the coming video. Thank you so much guys. Take care till then. Bye bye.